What is up, Heffa Nation? Welcome to another riveting episode of Triple J. If you're new here to this channel, how are you doing? My name is Jillian and welcome to another one of my caffeinated adventures, Heffas. I am really excited. We are at Disney Springs right now because we are heading to Summerhouse on the lake. Y'all, we got tickets to a crab dinner that they're having today only. And yo, we're gonna be getting down on some Chesapeake blue crabs, check. Maryland oysters, check. Some shrimps, some delicious corn, some potatoes, and y'all, they're hooking us up with some cocktails as well. They have a fabulous summer rosé, as well as a specialty cocktail called the Summer Crush. So I cannot wait to get into all of that and take you all along with me for this ticketed event that was around $75 per person. It's completely sold out. And y'all, I just so happen to be going to Summerhouse on the lake. This is the last video that I did when Whitney and I were here at Disney Springs. And that's when we went to Morimoto Asia, Gideon's. So if you happen to miss that, check that video out. But we just so happened to be going by Summerhouse on the lake to check out their cookie bar. And I just saw that they had this crab dinner. So this was like many weeks ago. I was able to get tickets. It was super easy. I wouldn't be shocked if they probably just sold out within the last few weeks. So I'm gonna take you along with me. But you all know how we get down here at Java and Journeys, because what would be a journey without a little bit of caffeine in our life? So we're here at Disney Springs early. It's hot as heck out here, y'all. So we're going to go get a little pick-me-up and see my boo Joffery. And for those of you all that have been watching me, you may know that Disney has this pass holder coffee passport program. Today is the last official day. And so I'm actually going to get my last stamp by swinging over to my boo's house and picking up a coffee. So we'll see if it's gonna be good or not, because a lot of the coffee cocktails I've had at the other Disney parks have been more misses than hits. Like, they've just been all right. So I'm hoping that we can, change our luck today. Y'all, people just like walking right into me. But I'm hoping that we can change our luck today by getting some delicious coffee. So let's go ahead and cool down with a little bit of Java from Joffrey's, and then we're gonna make our way over to Summerhouse on the lake. But here's my boo's house over here, Joffery, which I actually haven't been to the Joffrey's in Disney Springs in a while. So let's see if they have any sort of particular features out here. So I see Joffrey's cold brew. This is pretty standard. And then let's see, there's something on the other side. Okay, so they have some signature cocktails going on here. I'm not going to get an espresso martini. You all know I love my espresso martinis. I think I'm going to try something else. I'm just going to see if they have anything featured that's different. So we may be just doing like a cold brew with like maybe a shot of vanilla. I'm okay with keeping it simple, because you all know how I feel. If you can't do the simple things right, it's probably not going to work out. So let's go ahead and head into Joffrey's and check out the menu. Oh, thank you. All right, so before we order, y'all, let's see what kind of coffee they have going on over here. A lot of these summery flavors. Oh my gosh, look at the C3PO brew. I love that. I've seen the Tiana's Bayou Beignet before, and of course we have Cinderella Ballroom. The Star Wars flavors are actually quite new. I've not seen those before. So this one has notes of cream and hazelnut, the R2D2 brew, which that sounds absolutely delicious. And we have the BB-8 flavor notes of chocolate and coconut. And of course the Belle Storybook. The princess themes are actually not too different, but the Star Wars, that's new. I haven't seen that before. And then if you come over here, we have an Enchanted Rose Brew. I have not seen this one. And it says it's rich and smooth with a cozy aroma. This is also different. Ooh, y'all, I'm intrigued. Mickey and Minnie's S'mores Adventure. That sounds interesting with the marshmallow and chocolate. The marshmallow flavor here may complement the marshmallow nut pods that I have at home as my creamer. And then you all know how I feel about the Daisy. The lavender coffee is so delicious. They've actually had this one out since the spring. So I don't know, y'all. I may actually pick up a bag of the s'mores because that sounds really interesting. So yeah, let's see. We have some Encanto over at the top. The Familia blend. But yeah, I'm intrigued by the s'mores. So I think I'm going to pick up a bag of that and then maybe get some cold brew. Y'all, we are going to order the honey bee latte, which we're excited to finish up today. And you see here that the honey bee latte is going to be that espresso milk, that hit of honey with some vanilla syrup. I'm not going to change the sweetness level because I found that when I've done that with some of these, it really like alters the flavor quite significantly. So we're just going to try it as is and hopefully won't be overly sweet. Friends, we have our coffee cart completely filled out, and you can see from the back here, we have all of our stamps. So I am looking forward to trying that honeybee latte, and I'm standing in a shaded corner right outside of Joffrey's because I'm like, this heat literally feels relentless. So let's cool off with this iced honeybee latte. Here is our iced honeybee latte. You all know how we like to do things here at Java and Journeys. Cheers. Thank you for joining me on this caffeinated adventure as we have fully completed our coffee passport cards and we'll be heading on to that delicious mid-Atlantic seafood boil over at Summerhouse on the Lake. Y'all, this is okay, Joffery. See, we're back in a good space. Joffery was like, listen, girl, we may have not have started out this journey on the greatest note, but we're gonna end on a sweet one. Y'all, this is delicious. This is one of the better iced lattes I've had. Do I like this better? So the berries and cream latte that they had iced, this was during the Flower and Garden Festival, if I'm not mistaken. I'll pop the video, link to it up here. That was absolutely delicious and by far one of my favorites. This is up there on the list of one of my favorite iced lattes from Joffrey's, and I'm so happy that we did not alter it. And I don't know if you could see here, but you have that graham cracker action on the top of the latte. And then of course, with that really nice honey sweetness, this is not overly sweet. And you all know, let's take one more sip just to make sure. Yeah, this is delightful. I taste that espresso, and thankfully this is not going to make me nauseous. So I appreciate the fact that this to me has a really good balance, and this will be great to eat as we make our way over to Summerhouse on the Lake. And by the way, for filling out the coffee card, what we should be getting is a sleeve, a Disney sleeve for, you know, your cold drinks. But they are all out of them. And of course, we're finishing our coffee cart on the last day of the passport program, so I'm not shocked at all. We were able to give them our address, so they're just gonna mail us the sleeve. So hopefully it's something that looks interesting and not something that just says Disney and that's it. Y'all, let's be for real. It's gonna be something plain Jane, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. So we'll see how that looks. But ooh, what if our sleeve has like some really cute font? Maybe it's like gold or has some Disney characters on it. What do you all think? Do you think Disney is going to like really hook us up with something that is like cute and creative, or do you think it's just going to be some cheap nonsense that's just going to say Disney on it and it's probably going to go in my Goodwill pile to donate? We'll see. I will keep you all posted when I receive that sleeve in the mail. All right, so y'all, we have done enough talking. We are going to go ahead, make our way toward Summerhouse on the Lake and enjoy our delicious honeybee iced latte. Friends, it is so HOT that I feel like I want an SLAP in HOE. It is so hot that Disney has me out here spelling out all my expletives. Y'all, I cannot say it enough. If you can avoid coming here in the summer, don't. Like, it feels so much hotter than last year. So I am thankful that we are rolling up now to Summerhouse on the Lake. We're gonna go ahead and check in for our reservation for the Mid-Atlantic crab boil. Let's go ahead and get this show on the road. How's it going?
Fantastic. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I will gladly take it. Cheers. Thank you. And y'all, we are walking in. You see how my bangs are sticking? That's how hot it is. But that's okay because they are giving us some of this beautiful summer rosé right as we walk in the door. You all know I like the feeling of being a little bit bougie, so I am already excited. And we haven't even gotten to the meal yet. So cheers, everyone. We're gonna go ahead, take a little sip of some rosé. Y'all, this is delightful. And we're gonna go ahead and find our table. Y'all, look at how beautiful the table is. This is our little newspaper, our little box here for our crab boil. And then the plates look like paper plates, but this is ceramic. This is so cute. And y'all, we got hot sauce in our bag swag. We got our little cute Tabasco sauce, our wipes, little menu. We have our crab crackers, y'all. I am so excited. And listen, if you are new to this and not true to this, they actually have some instructions for you on how to pick crabs. I love this. So thoughtful of them. And y'all, look, you even also have the bibs right here to put on. You know I'm going to put on a bib. I am not too ashamed or too proud. So yeah. And again, here's another view. And we are sitting in their event space, which is a little bit different from the main restaurant. Very beautiful. And friends, while we wait for the crab to come out, they actually have brought us over a little, some nibbles. So we have some fried oysters here. And I'm gonna be real, I typically am not a fried oyster person, and it's weird. I prefer my oysters to be raw as opposed to be fried. There's something about the texture that gets me, but I'm gonna try this out and see how it is. So let's, you and I, try this together. So we have our oyster here. And we'll try one as is, and then we'll dip it in the sauce and just see how it tastes. Girl, this is delicious. The seasoning is popping. I promise you all, I've had fried oysters before and the texture is just off for me. This is crispy, adds flavor, it's delicious. Okay, Summerhouse. And by the way, even like for a non-event, this is probably like my third time coming to Summerhouse for a meal, my first event here. And the food here is one of the best at Disney Springs. If you were to ask me, Jillian, which restaurants in Disney Springs should I go to because there's a lot of tourist traps, I would say Wolfgang Puck, I would say Summerhouse on the lake, and I feel like I'm forgetting one. There's one more. It'll probably come to me in a second, but those are the two. Wolfgang Puck, Summerhouse on the Lake, that are my absolute favorites that I love. Now, let's try our fried oyster dipped in this sauce. I'm not really sure what this sauce is, so we're gonna try it out here and see if it's any good. All right, friends. All right, we have our fried oyster dipped. Let's see how good this is. Okay, girl. The sauce is giving citrus. The sauce is giving, we know how to use some seasoning, and we hooked you up with just a little bit of spice. Y'all, that is delicious. I absolutely love it. I'm definitely gonna get down on these oysters because this is absolutely fantastic. And y'all, we have the Summer Crush cocktail right here that we are going to try, that they are giving to everyone as a part of the event, so not an extra fee included in the cost. Let's try it out, see how good it is. This is really nice. Is this vodka? I think it's vodka, and it also has citrus, like some orange. This is really delicious. I like that. Very refreshing, very delightful, and totally embodying the flavors of Florida 110%. Y'all, we are going to get into this step-by-step crab dissection because, listen, your girl knows how to break down some crab legs, baby. When it comes to a blue crab, though, I don't know. How to pick crabs, featuring Jillian. Okay, y'all, step 1, work. With a knife, pull up, remove the top shell. Okay, got it, boo. Step 2, here's where it gets interesting. Scrape away and discard the lungs. And y'all, they said the colorful organs, yellow in color, are edible if you're feeling adventurous. There's not enough adventure in the world, baby. I am not Mike Chin. For those of you all who are unfamiliar with Mike Chin, he is an incredible travel vlogger, and he eats all the things. Baby, he is not me. I am not him. We are not a we. I don't think I can do this. Maybe after I get a few drinks in, drink some more of those summer crushes, maybe I'll feel more motivated. But y'all, I will not be eating the lungs. Then we have snap body in half, work. Step 4, slice through the center of each half. Y'all, this is gonna be some work. Okay, last step, easy. Easy. All right. Y'all, you're gonna have to pray for me. We're going to be going through this whole experience as I've never actually broken down a blue crab before. But like I said, girl, give me some crab legs and your girl got this. Now, we also have some raw oysters that have come out. And y'all, I love me some raw oysters. And these are Maryland oysters. So we're going to go ahead and give these a try. Here you go, y'all. Is it appropriate to cheers with some oysters? I think so. Cheers. Let's get into it. Y'all, it's all good. It's all good at Summerhouse on the Lake. So far, I am 100% getting my money's worth. Good, y'all. And a lot of times with oysters, you can add some crab, you can add some hot sauce. I'm like, if it's good, for me, I can just slurp it up. It has some onions in there. Delicious. Y'all, here's the coleslaw. And y'all know I am typically not a coleslaw girly because I don't like a lot of mayonnaise. I like a little bit of mayonnaise, but not a lot in my food. So we're gonna try this out. All right, y'all, let's try this out. So this coleslaw has a bit of vinegar, black pepper. That's really good. It's a really good balance, not overly mayonnaisey. I like my coleslaw to be more on the vinegar side. You'll have to tell me, for those of you that like coleslaw, do you like the coleslaw to be more mayonnaisey? Or do you like it to be more vinegar based? I like my coleslaw to be a bit more vinegar based. This is a good balance between the two. Again, like props to Summerhouse on the Lake. So far, all the food has been like bangers. You all know I like to rate things 5 out of 5 Heffas. The fried oysters, 4 out of 5. I would give it 5, but I don't want to give them too much credit because that's how trifling I am. The raw oysters, 4.5 out of 5. Coleslaw, 3 out of 5 because it's a good balance. I'm not a big like I said, I prefer like all vinegar based for mine and no mayonnaise. So this is not like any fault of Summerhouse. This is just me and my taste buds, but it's still good. I am going to eat the portion that I have on my plate and maybe get a little bit more, especially when we get our crabs. And I was telling my co-producer, y'all, I'm feeling a bit more confident. Maybe it's because I'm almost on my second glass of rosé, but I'm like, okay, we got this with the crabs. We got this. I think I know how to do it without having to look at the instructions. So pray for me. We're gonna see. Hey y'all. So we have our ribs on. I'm ready. Let's get it. Oh wow. There you go. Thank you. Do you all see this? Do you see that steam rolling off? Do you see the seasonings? I am excited to get into this. Y'all, my crab pulling skills are impeccable. Look at this, girl. Look at this meat, girl. You can't. I'm about to dip this in this good old butter. And look at her. She is glistening. Y'all, don't come for me unless you have a check for me. This is like second nature for me. So delicious. Say hi to everyone, Herbert. Okay, bro. I got this. I'm gonna show you how to crack open a crab, okay, from the pro over here. So the back, you take your knife, you're gonna cut this little slot as was shown. And then crack open the top. Oh, I know I'm going to the nether regions. Okay, we're going to break off the lungs. All right, y'all, look at that. We're gonna dunk that in some butter. And you just peel off these little gills. I'm sorry. Break it in half. You see, you get all that meat under there. Take your butter. Y'all see it glistening? Y'all, definitely was not as hard as I thought. Where you really have to put in the work are for these, and that's what this is for. So let me know, are you a crab expert? Are you good at breaking down that crab? I think I'm okay. What do you all think about my crab dissecting skills? I think it's all right. I think I give myself like maybe a B, C+, somewhere around there. Y'all, my whole face, you see the lipstick has worn off. It looks like I had been in a seafood war, in a crab battle. Here's some of the remnants of my plate, y'all. Most of it went into a separate bucket for crab disposal. Y'all, that was so delicious. And as you can see, I mean, we have a lot of potatoes and corn left, but y'all, we tried to spare nothing when it came to the crab. I see like a couple of crab claws left. So like we tore it up, and my pleasant surprise is that this felt pretty much all you can eat without them saying this was all you can eat. So to me, we haven't even gotten to the dessert yet. I think between the cocktails, between the food, I certainly feel like I have gotten my $75 worth. My personal opinion, but you all tell me, what do you think? Like, how many crabs, how many shrimps, what would it take to make you feel like you got your money's worth? I think we did pretty good here. And again, we're still waiting on the dessert. And for dessert, we had the watermelon granita. Now look how beautiful this looks. We have that little thin slice of watermelon at the top. This just looks absolutely beautiful. And definitely something that I feel like it's perfect for the summer. Friends, let's go ahead. We have our fresh spoon here. Let's try it out. And just to show you all a little bit of the texture, it's almost like a chunky, slushy, almost consistency with that chunk of watermelon in there. Here is our granita. Let's try it out. I've never had a granita before. This is a first for me. That is very refreshing. I will tell you, with the basil, and you can kind of see little like flecks of basil. You see like a little bit of basil right here. You'll see some flecks of basil in there. It is very strong in the basil taste, so I would say for me, my preference would be to actually have less basil because I feel like the basil can be a bit overpowering. But this is, y'all, super refreshing, very delicious, not super sweet. but like a great balance of flavors. It is delicate, the watermelon in this. So I like it. I would just want it to have less basil so that way, because it feels like when you take a couple of bites, the basil really is dominant in this. But this is good. And I can also see this being a great drink. You add some vodka in that, girl. Listen, Summerhouse. If you want your girl to be on that good marketing team, listen, I'm more than happy to do some brand partnerships with you all. We're gonna work on this dessert and then we're gonna be heading on out, y'all. Friends, we have finished our crab dinner at Summerhouse on the lake. Y'all, that was absolutely delicious. I have to tell you, I am shook at the level of seasonings. And I'm sure you all saw, they even had like a big thing of Old Bay seasoning if you just wanted that extra touch. But honestly, we didn't even open it up because it wasn't really needed. That corn was seasoned. If you wanted to add a bit more seasoning in your potatoes, you could, but all the juices and everything from the crab, from the corn, from the potatoes, everything just worked together in great symphony. And you had that butter, you had the shrimp. Y'all, I absolutely loved it. So in terms of money's worth, let's talk about it. So I paid $75 per person for this ticketed event. I felt like I got my $75 worth, y'all. I ended up having 2 glasses of rosé. I think I ate 3 crabs. I think somewhere between, 4 or 5 shrimp. I had like 1 or 2 potatoes only because I was trying to eat more of the seafood and less of the carbs. I had like 3, chunks of corn. I had, like 4 raw oysters, some of the fried oysters. So y'all, I honestly think, real talk, I got my money's worth. So absolutely, if they do this event again, if I'm able to find out about it, because I just so happened to be in Summerhouse and just saw the advertisement for it, I would absolutely recommend it if you happen to be in town in Orlando and you just happen to catch it at the right time. I don't know if they're going to do this event again. My hope is that they will. I mean, you all saw, like, all the tables for the reservations were full, they were sold out, and now because of seeing the space and seeing that how they had everyone kind of family style sitting at a table, I totally get why they were able to sell out of this event, because there weren't like a ton of tickets. It wasn't like packed to the brim, so you still had space to breathe and to move, especially if you want to get up and maybe stand at the tall table. But they gave you unlimited refills on the cocktails. If you wanted more crab, anything that you wanted to request, the staff was super friendly, super nice. And like I said, like, I am down for a restaurant that understands how to use seasonings, that understand how to flavor their food. And Summerhouse on the Lake has not been yet a restaurant that has disappointed me. Again, if you ask me what my favorites are, Summerhouse is definitely one that I would recommend if you come to Disney Springs. Obviously, this was a ticket event. They're not always going to have a crab dinner or seafood boil, but try the other items on the menu. It's absolutely delicious. Wolfgang Puck is another banger that I like. And then there's like some okay restaurants, but those are my 2 favorite that I typically tend to gravitate toward because they've never disappointed me with their menu and the food that they have to offer. I've been to others like the Boathouse. That's okay. It's not bad. It's just okay. And I need to try other things. I've never been to Paddlefish. So there's still a few more restaurants that I want to try. But a lot of it here, y'all, can be just like borderline okay or not that great. So I feel like if I don't want to be disappointed at all and I don't feel like I'm in the mood for experimenting, then I'm like, let me just hit up Summerhouse on the Lake. Let me hit up Wolfgang Puck. So y'all, with that being said, thank you so much for joining me on this caffeinated journey. Y'all, Joffery's did us right today with that honeybee iced latte. We had a fantastic crab dinner here at Summerhouse on the Lake. I have a full stomach, a full heart, a full spirit, because there's nothing like some good food that just makes you feel like you could take on the day. I don't feel so stuffed to where like I can't walk, can't do anything. So y'all, I am happy. Really and truly. That is what I love about good food, good company. The folks that were sitting at my table were super nice, super polite. So y'all, this was just a great time, great experience. With that being said, do not forget, join Heffas Nation. What are you thinking? Have you liked? Have you subscribed? Have you shared? If you have not done that, girl, Sugar Pie, Honey Bunch, what are you doing? Please don't make me come through this screen and make me move your hand on your mouse or make you tap those buttons on your mobile device. Like, don't forget, show some support and love to your girl. We are on the road to 15,000 subscribers before the end of 2025, and I have no doubt with your help, your support, your encouragement, thank you to all those who have subscribed and who watch, and I'm looking forward to growing the community with you all. I will catch you on the next caffeinated adventure. See you later, y'all. Bye.